Hi friends! We're so happy to see you back on our channel. Today is a very special day because Tim is going to tackle a new map in Roblox called Obby, but you're in bike. Can you imagine? Tim will be riding a bike and overcoming various obstacles. This will be an incredibly exciting adventure, full of unexpected twists and cool tricks. I can't wait to see how Tim handles all the challenges. Are you ready? I definitely am.
Yeah, today there will be a lot of action and tough challenges. I can already feel the tension building up. These obstacles can be really tough, but I'm sure Tim will get through all the difficulties and show everyone what he's capable of. Let's see how he handles each challenge along the way.
Oh, I'm already getting nervous just thinking about these obstacles. But don't worry, we'll be right there with Tim every step of the way, supporting him and helping him overcome all the difficulties. I hope everything goes smoothly and without any incidents. The most important thing is for Tim to be careful and remember safety first.
Honestly, I'm a bit skeptical. These bikes and obstacles can be dirty and unpleasant, but I still believe Tim will overcome all the challenges and show everyone how to do it stylishly and neatly. Let's cheer him on and see how he handles this test.
So, let's start our adventure. Today we'll be riding bikes and overcoming obstacles in Obby, but you're in bike. It's going to be fun and exciting. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave your comments. Let's go.
Don't judge Tim too harshly. He just recently started riding a bike, and he might fall. Let's support him when he falls. Support will definitely help him right now.
As you may have noticed, Tim is wearing black clothes today. This is protective gear, which helps our boy Tim avoid injuries when he falls. It protects him and, to some extent, gives Tim a rugged look.
Write in the comments if you like this map format. It's very important for us to know your opinion.
Story time. Today's story is about how Tim learned to ride a bike. Hi everyone! I'm so excited to share this amazing story with you. It was truly a joyful and thrilling week for Tim. It all started when he got his first bike. You should have seen his face when he unpacked it. Tim's eyes sparkled with happiness, and he was eager to try it out right away. The first day was full of fun. Tim rode around the yard, and every successful attempt felt like a little celebration. Do you remember when he first managed to ride a few meters without falling? His smile was so wide it seemed like it could light up the whole street. Every time he overcame a small challenge, he danced with joy and pride. Even when he fell, he got up with a genuine smile on his face, because he knew another success was just around the corner. For me, it was a real celebration watching Tim overcome obstacles with such positivity.
Well, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I must admit, watching Tim's first biking experiences was a real test for me. The first few attempts were full of anger and frustration. Each fall and failure made him flare up with irritation. He got mad when he couldn't keep his balance or when he crashed into bushes. It was hard for me to watch him struggle with his anger and frustration. Even when he couldn't immediately master the maneuvers, he still didn't give up. His anger and determination to improve helped him persevere, and that wasn't so bad after all. But every time he fell, I could feel my anger rising.
Oh, it was a real test for my anxiety. Every time Tim got on the bike, I literally trembled with worry. I was afraid he'd fall and get hurt, especially when he tried to ride over uneven terrain or perform tricky maneuvers. You should have seen how nervous he was when he stumbled or crashed into obstacles. I worried about every fall and every collision. Inside, I was shaking with fear that he wouldn't be able to handle it. But despite all this anxiety and worry, Tim kept moving forward. He learned to cope with his fears, and that was incredibly important for his success.
Honestly, I wasn't too thrilled about the process. Imagine how awful it was to see Tim coming home in dirty and muddy clothes after riding. Every time he fell into a puddle or mud, I just shuddered with disgust. The unpleasant sounds he made when getting up and his dirty hands after falls. It was all just revolting. But despite all these unpleasant moments, Tim continued to learn and move forward. His determination and willingness to keep going despite all this deserve respect. So despite all the difficulties and challenges, Tim managed to learn to ride a bike and now feels confident and happy. Each of us experienced our own emotions during this process, and that's what made his learning experience so special.
And the next story will be about how Tim learned to ride a skateboard. Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about how Tim learned to ride a skateboard. It was incredibly fun. Tim was so excited to get started. When he first got on the skateboard, his face lit up with joy. He couldn't wait to try skating around the park. Every time he successfully completed a trick or mastered a new move, his eyes sparkled with happiness. He was so thrilled with every little success, and I couldn't help but be excited with him.
Ugh, it wasn't easy. When Tim was just starting out, he often got frustrated and angry when things didn't go right. I felt my anger rise whenever he fell and his skateboard got damaged. It was infuriating when he couldn't pull off a trick that he had done before. His anger and frustration from falling sometimes made him forget about safety, which caused even more problems. But all these challenges made him stronger and more determined.
Oh, it was a real stress fest. I was constantly worried about Tim while he was skateboarding. Every jump and trick attempt gave me real anxiety. I was afraid he would fall and get hurt. It was especially scary when he attempted complex tricks at heights or on slippery surfaces. Every time he fell, my anxiety reached its peak. But as he got better at managing his skateboard, my anxiety calmed down a bit.
Ugh, I can't say I enjoyed this. There were moments when Tim would fall, and the dirty skateboard wheels would leave marks on his clothes and on the ground. It was unpleasant to see him come home in dirty clothes with bruises and scrapes. Sometimes he would forget about hygiene, and I had to see him eat with dirty hands or not clean his skateboard after riding. Although I tried to look away from these moments, Tim eventually learned to be more careful and take better care of himself and his equipment.
The next story is about how Tim learned to play the drums. I'm so excited to tell you about Tim learning to play the drums. It was truly magical. When he first sat down at the drums, his eyes lit up with excitement. The first few days were full of enthusiasm. He tried out different rhythms, mixed sounds, and even created his own combinations. Every time he got something right, his face lit up with a big smile. I remember how proud he was when he managed to play his favorite song. His joy was so contagious that even I felt excited. Every little success felt like a celebration, and seeing him so happy was incredibly delightful.
Well, I was also there for the lessons, and I have to admit it wasn't as easy as it might seem. Sometimes Tim turned into a real monster of anger when things didn't go right on the first try, especially when he was trying to master complex rhythms or change speeds. I saw his patience wearing thin and how he began to get angry at himself or the drums. There were many times when he couldn't keep his cool and would throw his drumsticks. It was tough to watch, and I couldn't help but get irritated. But that anger, though unpleasant, helped him face challenges and push through. You see, it was because of these difficult moments that he became stronger and better.
When Tim started his lessons, I just couldn't relax. I was constantly worried he might make a mistake, especially when he was trying out complex rhythms or when the drums were making loud noises. Every missed beat or wrong hit triggered real panic in me. I was anxious that he might overexert himself and worried that the loud sounds might disturb the neighbors. It was especially nerve-wracking when he practiced late at night. I tried to manage my fears and anxieties, and with each time he became more confident, I felt my anxiety gradually fading away.
Honestly, I wasn't thrilled about the process. When Tim was practicing hard, he was sweating, and his hands left marks on the drums. All that sweat and grime sometimes made me feel genuinely disgusted. I was unpleasantly surprised to see that he sometimes forgot to clean his drums after playing. This led to the drums becoming sticky and dirty, and the surrounding area wasn't in the best shape either. I felt a real discomfort from all this mess. Fortunately, over time, Tim started taking better care of his setup and keeping things in order, which made everything a little less disgusting. So, the journey of learning to play the drums was not only challenging, but also full of different emotions. Each feeling, whether it was joy, anger, anxiety, or disgust, played its role in this exciting process, and together, they made his learning experience truly unique.
We had so much fun today sharing stories and experiencing all the emotions with Tim. We hope you enjoyed it too. If you liked our stories and want to hear more, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next adventures. I hate it when people forget about that. Tim worked hard, and your support means a lot.
Oh, I hope everything went well and nobody forgot to subscribe. I was a bit anxious that something might go wrong. Your likes and subscriptions help us know you want more, and that makes us really happy.
And also, please leave comments. We need to know what you like and what you don't. No junk in the comments, please. We're doing our best to make everything interesting and enjoyable for you.
Thank you for being with us. See you soon, and remember, always stay cheerful and active.
Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.
Take care and don't forget to check out our channel.
Goodbye. We hope we didn't leave you with any unpleasant feelings.
Bye-bye, and see you next time. Hello, my dear friends. Today we have a special adventure. We're diving into the world of Riley's prison run. This is going to be incredible because we're facing a real challenge. We'll be stuck in a prison that we need to escape from quickly. But this isn't just any ordinary prison. It's a world where everything is so strange and confusing. I just love games like this. And have any of you heard about Riley? Leave a comment if you know where this girl is from and what she's been through. I think you'll be just as surprised as I was because her story is so interesting. And while you're typing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Your support means the world to us. And of course, make sure to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our adventures.
Hi, guys. Oh, I'm so nervous. As soon as I heard about Riley's prison run, all these anxious thoughts started popping into my head. What if we can't escape? What if we get caught or something goes wrong? But you know what makes me feel a bit better? Your support. That's why I'm asking. Please subscribe to the channel, because with every new subscriber, I feel a little calmer. And don't forget to hit the like button. Each like is like a ray of light in this dark place. And please, guys, turn on the notification bell so you can be with us every minute of this adventure. Also, if you know anything about Riley or have heard about her before, please share it in the comments. We really need your help to get through all these challenges.
Yes, guys. Your comments, subscriptions, and likes give us the strength to keep going. With you, every adventure becomes exciting, and I'm sure we'll overcome everything. Let's start this incredible journey into Riley's world and see what mysteries and challenges lie ahead. I can't wait to see it all. So come on, friends. Let's head towards new adventures. Together, we can overcome any obstacles.
What is this abomination? Is this supposed to be me? Someone thought they could create a copy of me and just put it on display like that? No way, this is outrageous. Just look at it. Distorted, ugly parody of me. Who even dared to turn me into such a repulsive creature? I'm boiling with rage. As soon as I find out who did this, they're going to regret it. No one treats me like this.
All right, everyone. Before we jump into today's story, I just want to take a moment to talk to you all. How are you doing? I hope you're feeling as excited as I am. There's so much going on, and I can't wait to share it with you. But first, let's take a deep breath and just enjoy this moment. Isn't it amazing how we can come together like this, ready to explore new adventures? I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Your support means the world to us, and we love hearing your thoughts. So, while we're gearing up for the story, why not drop a comment below? Tell us about something fun you've done recently, or what you're looking forward to. And if you have any ideas for what we should explore next, don't be shy, let us know. We're all ears, and we're so excited to see where your suggestions might take us. Now, I think it's almost time. Are you ready? Because I sure am. Let's start with a story about... Let's dive into the story of Jonathan, who's going through some tough times in his life. He's facing serious challenges at work and in his personal life, feeling overwhelmed and downcast. As the internal voices of joy, anger, anxiety, and disgust, we found ourselves in his mind, each of us playing a unique role in helping him navigate these problems. Let's explore how we influenced his decisions and actions, aiding him in overcoming difficulties and finding a path to better self-understanding and life improvement.
When Jonathan was dealing with a terrible boss who was constantly showing him disrespect and unfairness, I, anger, couldn't stay passive. I said, "Listen, Jonathan, what's happening at work is simply unacceptable. This boss is clearly overstepping his bounds, and you shouldn't put up with it. You need to rise up and show that you're not going to just sit back and tolerate this. Remember, you have the right to respect and fairness. And if you don't stand up for yourself, no one else will do it for you. It's your job to show determination and stand up for your dignity. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and seek justice, even if it seems tough. Inside you is the strength to change the situation, and you need to use it to the fullest.
When Jonathan began to panic about the uncertainty of his future and worried about potential losses, I, anxiety, intervened to help him better prepare for possible difficulties. I said, Jonathan, I see that you're experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety about the uncertainty of your future. This is a normal reaction, but let's think about how we can reduce these fears. Try to consider all possible scenarios in case something goes wrong. Think about what steps you can take to prepare for potential issues. Planning and preparation can help you feel more confident and reduce stress. Don't forget that partial preparation can significantly lower your anxiety. It's better to think ahead about possible problems to be ready than to worry about a lack of a plan later.
When Jonathan was faced with a choice that could provoke moral disgust or internal conflict, I, disgust, intervened to help him avoid unpleasant decisions. I said, Jonathan, look at this situation from a different perspective. If you make this decision, how will it affect your moral state? You'll likely feel constant inner tension and regret, which can affect your overall well-being and state of mind. I advise you to avoid decisions that cause you moral discomfort and internal conflict. Find a way to resolve the problem that aligns with your moral principles and doesn't lead to ongoing internal discomfort. A decision that provokes revulsion will ultimately only complicate your life and add more stress. It's better to find a path that aligns with your inner beliefs and moral standards.
Together, we helped Jonathan tackle his inner conflicts and make more informed decisions. Each of us contributed to his development, and as a result, Jonathan learned to handle difficulties and find joy in life, even in the most challenging situations. We helped him recognize the importance of preparation and planning, and supported him in making morally sound decisions. Jonathan became more confident and learned to find joy in everyday life despite the problems he faced. We're proud to have played a crucial role in his journey toward self-improvement. This story became a significant chapter in his life, and we're glad to have contributed to his growth and well-being.
My intervention during moments when Jonathan faced injustice really helped him stand up for his rights and seek fairness. I'm proud to have inspired him to take action and not tolerate unfairness. Jonathan found the strength to fight and improve the situation, which was a major step forward for him.
My role was to help Jonathan prepare for potential difficulties and reduce stress. I helped him recognize the importance of planning and preparation, which allowed him to feel more confident and lower his anxiety. This enabled him to handle emerging problems and not let worry dominate his thoughts.
I reminded Jonathan of the importance of moral principles and helped him avoid decisions that could lead to feelings of revulsion. This allowed him to make more thoughtful and morally correct choices, which ultimately improved his overall state and quality of life. Our inner voices helped him become better and happier, and that was a true accomplishment.
So, we see how Jonathan became a more confident and happier person thanks to our support. He learned to manage difficulties, find joy in life, and make thoughtful decisions. We're proud to have helped him on this path and to be part of his development. This story was an important milestone in his life, and we're glad to have played a role in his success and well-being. And the next story is about how Tim met a girl he really liked for the first time. Her name was Emma, and the moment he saw her, he was filled with excitement and nerves. He wanted to approach her, but didn't know what to say or how to start. That's when anxiety, anger, and disgust helped him. This is so exciting. Tim finally found someone he likes. We should help him feel confident. I think the best way to start is with a smile and a simple, "Hi, I'm Tim. You're Emma, right? It's going to be great. She'll see how friendly and awesome he is right away."
But what if he messes up? What if he says something awkward or stumbles over his words? We need to prepare him for every possible scenario. What if she doesn't like what he says? We should rehearse it all just in case something goes wrong. I'm really worried this could be a disaster.
Enough worrying. Tim needs to just be himself. If he likes her, he should go for it. There's no point in overthinking. If something goes wrong, he can handle it. Tim's strong, and he should show that. He can't let fear stop him.
Ugh, Tim's getting so nervous. It's almost embarrassing. He needs to keep it cool, show confidence, and definitely avoid anything awkward. We don't want him coming off as weird or desperate. He should be natural but not overdo it. And please, no awkward silences.
Thanks to our teamwork. Tim managed to have a great conversation with Emma, and they even made plans to hang out again. It was the perfect first step in a new friendship.
Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and leave a comment. I'm so worried we might miss something important if you don't hit that notification bell. We don't want to miss any new videos, right? Thank you for that. I hope everything goes well for you. Goodbye.
Hey there, everyone! Get ready for a fun and exciting adventure because today we're diving into the Easy Grow Obby. But this one's not your typical Obby. Oh no, this time you have to change your size to fit through all the crazy obstacles. That's right, we'll be growing taller and shrinking down to get through each challenging stage. Doesn't that sound awesome? Imagine towering over everything like a giant or sneaking through tight spots like a tiny mouse.
Yeah, it does sound fun, but, don't forget to be careful, everyone. Changing size isn't as easy as it looks. What if we accidentally grow too big and can't fit through a narrow passage? Or what if we shrink down too much and get stuck somewhere? There are so many things that could go wrong, but don't worry, we'll figure it out together, right?
Exactly, anxiety. That's what makes this obby so much fun. It's all about figuring out the right size at the right time. We'll need to be quick, clever, and maybe a little bit daring. But I know we can do it. And hey, while we're tackling these challenges, don't forget to smash that like button if you're as excited as we are. Also, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on any of our fun adventures. And we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know how far you got in this obby and if you have any cool tips for us.
Yeah, comments are super helpful. And subscribing means you'll be the first to know when we're taking on another crazy obby or trying something new. And we love hearing from you. It makes this whole journey so much better knowing you're with us every step of the way. So please share your thoughts, your strategies, or even what part of the obby made you nervous. I mean, challenged you the most.
Let's not waste any more time, shall we? I'm so ready to see just how big or small we can go. Who's with us? Let's show this obby who's boss and make it through with flying colors. And remember, the most important thing is to have fun and enjoy the ride. After all, that's what gaming is all about, right?
Absolutely. But also, don't forget to be cautious and plan your moves. We've got this. Together, we can handle whatever this obby throws at us. So let's do this, team. I'll be right here, keeping an eye on everything and making sure we don't miss any details.
Story time. The story will be about how we used to be in the head of a scientist who invented a cure for a very dangerous disease. Oh, how thrilled I was that we ended up in the mind of such a smart person. Our scientist was incredibly talented and kind. He dedicated his whole life to science, and his goal was to save many lives. From the very beginning, we felt that it was our destiny to help him in this challenging task. Every day was a new discovery for us. I tried to inspire him, reminding him of how important his work was and how many people were waiting for his success. When he found new solutions, his heart was filled with joy, and at those moments, I felt incredibly needed. It was in those moments that he understood he was on the right track.
But it wasn't all that simple. How I raged when he encountered obstacles. Whenever something went wrong, I was literally overwhelmed with fury. Failures were frequent in the lab. Experiments didn't yield the desired results. Formulas didn't match, and each of his setbacks felt like a blow to my heart. And then I came to the rescue. Yes, I know that sometimes anger can seem destructive, but at that moment, I became his driving force. I made him fight, not give up, and push through. I embodied the fire that burned away everything in its path and cleared the way for new solutions. In those moments, our scientist realized he had to keep fighting and seek new ways to solve the problem.
Oh, and for me, it was a real test. I was constantly worried that something might go wrong. Every time he opened a new scientific journal or tried to create a new medicine, I couldn't sit still. I knew that people's lives were at stake, and every mistake could have fatal consequences. I literally didn't let him relax, constantly reminding him of the risks, that everything needed to be checked, recounted, and checked again. Every test tube, every formula was a reason for concern. I knew I had to make him be as careful as possible because the cost of a mistake was too high. But I tried to keep myself together, knowing that his focus and attentiveness depended on me.
And for me, it was a real nightmare. The lab. How unpleasant it all was. Those chemical smells, colorful liquids, strange substances. It all filled me with indescribable disgust. But I understood that if I didn't closely monitor all this, the scientist might make a mistake. I tried to keep him from using questionable ingredients and making wrong steps. When he suddenly decided to try a new reagent, I immediately felt that it could be dangerous. I literally screamed in his mind that it was the wrong decision, and he heard me. He decided to conduct additional tests and realized that I was right. That was the moment when my sense of disgust saved him from a mistake that could have cost him not only the results, but also his career.
And you know, throughout all this time, we felt that it was our collective effort. We fought, worried, and rejoiced together. And when he finally found the right formula, when the medicine was ready, I couldn't contain my joy. It was a real miracle. We knew we had saved many lives, and it was our greatest achievement. The scientist was recognized worldwide. His name became a symbol of hope for thousands of people. And although we return to the mind of another person, we will always remember this experience as one of the most significant in our lives.
We proved that even in the most challenging situations, you can find a way out if you're not afraid to fight until the end.
And if you care about every person, every life, you will definitely find the strength to be careful and attentive.
And even the most unpleasant moments can be useful if you notice and correct them in time.
Today, we embark on an exciting adventure that took place many years ago. Imagine a world where a robot, our main hero, fought against evil robots to save the planet. I, Joy, was in his head, and my role was to keep his spirits up and maintain his morale even in the darkest times. My favorite moment was when the robot first started his mission. He looked so brave that it was impossible not to feel joy for him. When he successfully won one of the battles, I felt his heart fill with pride. We shared every moment of victory, every difficulty, and rejoiced in every small triumph. These moments were not only our victories, but also our lessons. I supported him through tough times and celebrated with him in moments of triumph.
Oh, and that's just part of the story. Anger was with him when things didn't go as planned. My role was to fire him up when setbacks piled up on his path. Remember that battle against the evil robot when our hero faced unexpected difficulties? I was in his mind when, enraged by his mistakes and failures, he transcended his own limitations. At such moments, I literally exploded with rage, fueling his determination and helping him not to give up. My presence intensified his resolve, and he tackled every challenge despite all obstacles. I was his inner drive, his passion, and the force that pushed him towards victory.
And I, Anxiety, played a crucial role in this journey by ensuring that our robot was always on alert and didn't miss important details. My job was to warn him of potential dangers and remind him of possible risks. I remember when he discovered the evil robot's plan to destroy energy sources. I was constantly raising alarms when he approached potential traps or threats. My anxiety helped him act cautiously, plan his steps, and avoid possible dangers. It was a tense time, but I knew my work was crucial for his safety and the success of the mission.
And I, Disgust, was present when our robot faced the most repulsive situations, such as dealing with dirty and ruined areas, or, even worse, with robots using dirty tricks and cunning tactics. I recall how he looked at the disgusting condition of their bases, and I was just horrified by everything he saw. I helped him cope with these unpleasant situations by maintaining his resilience and motivation. I reminded him that, despite all these horrible and unpleasant things, he needed to keep moving forward for the greater good. My presence, though unpleasant, gave him strength and confidence. So, our robot overcame all challenges with the help of us, his internal emotions and helpers. We all worked together in his great mission, and thanks to this, the world was saved. Each of us was important and indispensable in this thrilling and complex story. And despite all the trials he went through, he continued to move forward knowing that he had reliable allies inside him who were always ready to help.
Well, our review has come to an end, and I'm so glad we could spend this time together. I hope you enjoyed our Easy Grow Obby mode. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your feedback is very important to us, and your likes and subscriptions help us keep creating these exciting videos for you. Also, if you have ideas for future videos or suggestions for modes, be sure to share them in the comments. We always love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Thank you for being with us, and see you soon in the next videos. Goodbye, friends! Hello, dear friends. I'm Joy, and I'm so happy you're with us today.
Hey there, I'm Anger. Ready for something really exciting? We've got something special for you.
Hi, it's Anxiety. I hope you're all doing well. Today's adventure will be a bit tense, but we'll get through it together.
Hi, this is Disgust. I hope you're all ready for new challenges and interesting moments. Let's get started.
Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. It helps us keep doing what we love.
And leave comments so we know which adventures you like the most.
Yes, and share your thoughts. It's important for us to know what you think.
Ready? Then let's go. Let's start our adventure.
Today, Tim and I are going to play Roblox in the Escape Baby Bobby Daycare mode. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and very exciting.
Yeah, let's see if we can escape this daycare. It better be challenging.
I'm already feeling a bit nervous. Daycares can be full of surprises.
Let's just hope it's not too messy. I'm not a fan of sticky situations.
All right, let's get started and see what adventures await us.
Oh no, look at this huge room. And there are so many platforms to jump across. What if Tim misses and falls? These platforms are so small and far apart. What if he loses his balance? It's so scary. I don't know if he can do it.
Calm down. Tim can do this. He just needs to focus and be careful. It's a test of strength and endurance, and Tim will pass it. Stop doubting. If Tim gets nervous, he will definitely fall. He needs to stay focused and act confidently. We have to support him, not scare him, so let's cheer him on together.
You're right, Anger. It's just, I can't help worrying. I hope everything goes well. Okay, I'll try not to stress so much. Go, Tim, you can do it. We believe in you.
That's better. Hey, Tim, watch each platform carefully, take confident steps, and don't rush. You can do this. Imagine you're a hero overcoming all obstacles in your path. You got this. We believe in you.
Today we have an incredible story about Tim who accidentally found a magical flying skateboard. Yes, you heard it right. A skateboard that can fly. Tim was over the moon when he first soared through the air, and this was the start of his amazing adventure.
But joy was short-lived. As soon as Tim began using the skateboard, he ran into problems. Evil trolls appeared in town, wanting to steal the magical skateboard. They were a real threat. Tim and his friends had to fight to protect the skateboard from these nasty trolls.
Every time the trolls showed up, I was filled with worry. I always feared for Tim's safety. For instance, when the trolls captured one of Tim's friends, he had to carry out a dangerous rescue in underground catacombs. Every step was fraught with danger, and I was terrified at the thought of something bad happening.
I can't forget what Tim had to endure. When he sneaked into the troll's lair, he stumbled upon a disgusting swamp full of sticky, foul-smelling slime. The trolls lived in filth, and their lair was filled with unpleasant odors and revolting creatures. I was just appalled by what was happening.
But despite all the difficulties, Tim showed incredible courage and ingenuity. He used the magical skateboard to skillfully maneuver through obstacles and escape from the trolls. In the end, he managed to defeat the trolls and return the skateboard to its rightful place so no one else would be hurt.
Yes, Tim did it, but it was a real battle. The trolls not only wanted the skateboard, but also destroyed half the town. Every moment was filled with conflict and aggression.
But despite all the fears and worries, Tim and his friends managed to overcome. They learned to work together and use their strengths to tackle every challenge. It was very tense, but the outcome was worth it.
And even though the adventure was full of unpleasant moments, Tim showed that with determination and bravery, you can overcome any obstacle, no matter how awful.
So, kids, that was an amazing adventure. Thanks for spending this time with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on new stories and adventures of Tim. And the next story will be about Tim, who unexpectedly found himself in an incredible world where every day repeats over and over as if he had entered Groundhog Day. At first, it seemed amazing and fun, as Tim could do anything without worrying about the consequences.
But, as often happens, not everything was smooth. Tim quickly realized that each day repeated with small but annoying changes. Even simple things, like the order in his room or what he did in the morning, became a constant source of irritation. He tried to change his actions, but nothing could alter the fact that everything started from scratch again.
What worried me the most was that Tim didn't know when this endless day would end. Every time he thought he found a way to escape or change something, he woke up again on the same day. This created a huge sense of anxiety because he didn't know how to cope with the cycle.
And not only that. Every day Tim faced the same unpleasant things. The memories of having to clean dirty spots in the house or repeatedly tidy up things that were already cleaned were just disgusting. All of this made Tim's day even more unpleasant.
But despite all the difficulties, Tim found a way to use this strange situation to his advantage. He learned to make each thing better than before. He used every repetitive day to perfect his skills, help others, and have fun. It was amazing how he turned even the most ordinary moments into something special.
Even though he continued to face annoying repetitions, Tim learned to deal with it. He stopped getting angry at every little mishap and started using his new skills to overcome challenges.
I saw how Tim became more confident and calm despite the constant repetition of the day. He learned to manage his anxiety by focusing on his goals and trying not to worry about when it would all end.
And even though many things remained unpleasant, Tim learned to take lessons from them. He stopped complaining about dirty and disgusting things and began to see them from a new perspective. It was unexpected but still useful.
In the end, when Tim learned to find joy in every moment and used his experience to improve the lives of those around him, the Groundhog Day ended. He returned to normal time, but with new knowledge and skills that helped him handle any difficulty.
And although the path was long and irritating, Tim managed to overcome this challenge and became stronger.
I was so happy to see Tim learn to cope with anxiety and find a way to handle any situation.
Yes, and even despite all the unpleasant moments, Tim was able to use his skills to make his life better. It was truly amazing.
And the next story will be about how Tim found himself on a magical island where all wishes come true. This island was full of amazing things: flying crystals, talking animals, and an ocean of chocolate milk. Tim was on cloud 9 with happiness.
But not everything was so rosy. The island had its problems. At first, Tim struggled with magical creatures who often got their wishes mixed up, leading to mishaps. Some island games were incredibly difficult and even frustrating.
I was worried about the unpredictability of the island. Every day, something new and strange happened. Snake rain, unexpected disappearances of objects, and unpredictable behavior from magical creatures. Tim didn't know what to expect, and it made him very anxious.
And I was grossed out by how some magical creatures left their mess everywhere. These creatures were messy, and there was dirt and sticky spots all over the place. Tim tried to find a way to deal with this mess, but it was quite a challenge.
Despite all the difficulties, Tim didn't miss a chance to enjoy the happy moments. He explored the island, met kind creatures, and took part in amazing adventures. In the end, he found a way to use the island's magic to make his day even more magical.
Although the island was full of challenges, Tim learned to handle them. He used his skills to overcome the toughest trials and turned frustration into motivation.
Over time, Tim got used to the strange and unpredictable events. He began to adapt to the new rhythm of life on the island and even found joy in unexpected twists.
Tim also found ways to deal with the dirt and mess. He became more tolerant of inconveniences and learned to find pleasure even in the least appealing aspects of island life.
Thus, Tim completed his adventure on the magical island, full of wonders and amazing discoveries. He learned to find joy even in tough situations and made the experience unforgettable.
Tim became stronger and more confident despite all the difficulties.
He learned to handle unexpected situations and grew more self-assured.
And even the dirt and mess didn't ruin his adventure. Tim learned to cope with inconveniences and find something positive in them.
So our adventure ends on a high note, with new knowledge and experiences that Tim will remember for a long time. Well, our stories have come to an end. We hope you enjoyed listening to them as much as we enjoyed telling them. We put a lot of heart into them and tried to make them interesting and exciting for you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue creating new and thrilling adventures for you.
Yeah, and every like, every subscription, and every comment really matters to us. We want our stories to reach as many people as possible, and your support helps us a lot. Don't forget to leave comments so we know what stories you want to hear next. Your thoughts and suggestions are very valuable to us.
Thank you for being with us today. Avoid dirty situations unless they're in a story. Keep your space clean and your heart joyful. We're happy to share these moments with you and hope our stories bring you joy and inspiration.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time. Hi, my beloved viewers. I'm so happy to see you all here. Welcome to the cutest, most exciting, and of course, the fluffiest game, Doge Head Escape. Oh, you have no idea how amazing this is going to be. We're going to save tiny little kittens who have been locked in cages by evil dogs. These adorable little fluff balls are waiting for us, and we absolutely have to rescue them. Just imagine how wonderful it will be to open the cages, free these precious babies, and then carry them to the big cat waiting for them. It's so exciting! Oh, I can't wait to get started. But wait just a minute. Before we dive into this grand adventure, make sure to subscribe to our channel. It's super important. The more of us there are, the more energy we'll have to save all the kittens. And of course, smash that like button if you love fluffy kittens as much as I do. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on all the upcoming missions and fun moments. I'm sure we're going to become an awesome team of rescuers. Everything's going to be amazing, guys. So subscribe and like right now.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Joy makes it all sound so fun, but I'm a little scared. You see, the game Doge Head Escape isn't just a fun game. The kittens, they're really in trouble. Those evil dogs have locked them up in cages. I don't know what they might do next, but it's definitely not good. And we have to rescue them. But it's not going to be as easy as it seems. The game is full of traps, guard dogs, and they can spot us at any moment. We'll need to be very careful. You see, if we don't make it, or if we get caught, then the kittens will stay in the cages. And that's terrible. So please, be very cautious and attentive when you play. We have to plan everything ahead so that nothing goes wrong. Oh, and it would be really great if you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, it's really important because that way you can stay updated on all the new videos. And if something goes wrong, at least you'll know how to fix it and maybe give us a like if you really like it. And the notification bell, don't forget, just in case, to stay informed.
Oh, come on. There's nothing to be scared of. Guys, let's just have fun on this adventure. We're all in this together, and we're going to nail it. Saving kittens is such an amazing experience. Just imagine how you'll outsmart those evil dogs, find the keys, and open the cages. And then carry those sweet little fluff balls back to their big cat, and they'll be so happy to finally be free. And you'll be the heroes who helped them. Isn't that awesome? Oh, and I almost forgot. If you want more people to know about our adventures and join us in saving these adorable creatures, make sure to subscribe right now. The more of us there are, the faster we'll rescue all the kittens. And of course, hit that like button for this video. That way, we'll know you love saving animals. And don't forget about the notification bell because we have so many more missions and exciting games ahead.
Well, yeah, probably. But you see, guys, we can't just rush in. We have to be careful. There are evil dogs guarding the cages, and if we make a mistake, everything could go wrong. I'm afraid that something might go off plan. Imagine if they spot us and catch us. The kittens might get hurt. So I want you all to be super, super careful. Every move you make has to be well thought out. If you mess up, well, it might be hard to go back and fix everything. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because if something goes wrong in this game, we can all analyze it together and figure out how to save all the kittens next time. And if you're feeling like you enjoy this rescue process, that you really want to help the kittens, hit the like button, but only if you're sure. And the notification bell. Hit it to stay up to date, just in case. You don't want to miss any important updates.
Story will be about how joy, anxiety, anger, and disgust found themselves in Max's head as he prepared for a prestigious cooking competition. Each of them helped him handle this important event in their own way. I'm so thrilled to be here helping Max prepare for this amazing cooking competition. This is a fantastic opportunity for him to showcase his culinary skills and gain recognition. We decided to make the preparation process as enjoyable and positive as possible. I suggested that Max play his favorite music and dance while he cooks. We picked out recipes that are not only delicious, but also visually appealing to impress the judges. When we started cooking, I made sure Max felt inspired and joyful. We even did a few creative tasks, like presenting the dishes in unique shapes, which added some fun to the process. Look at him smile and enjoy the cooking. It's so important to be in a good mood when doing something important. It helps to handle any difficulties and perform better.
Oh, I just can't calm down. These cooking competitions can be really challenging. We need to be ready for everything. I keep reminding Max of the importance of meticulous preparation. We reviewed the recipes several times to make sure everything was correct and discuss potential issues that might arise. I suggested he create a detailed plan of action so that each step of the cooking process goes smoothly. We also made a list of all the necessary ingredients and equipment to ensure nothing is forgotten. Every step matters, and even small details can have a big impact on the result. We did a few test runs to see how all the ingredients behave and adjusted the recipes to his taste. I hope we can handle any surprises and that everything goes smoothly.
Why does everything always have to be so complicated? These recipes are full of little details that need to be followed, and it's so irritating. I can't stand it when things start to go off track. I insisted that Max focus only on the most important aspects of cooking and not get distracted by unnecessary details. We made a list of key steps that need to be completed to avoid wasting time on trivialities. I also specified which ingredients should and shouldn't be used. It's crucial for Max not to get frustrated by minor problems. We determined exactly what needed to be prepared and removed all the extra details that could be distracting. I hope this helps him stay focused and succeed without getting upset over every little thing.
Ugh! I can't stand looking at this mess in the kitchen. There are crumbs and leftover food everywhere, and it's absolutely disgusting. I insisted that Max clean up his kitchen before he started cooking. We organized all the ingredients and kitchen tools to keep everything clean and orderly. I suggested he get rid of old and unnecessary items, wash all the dishes, and clean the work surfaces. A clean kitchen isn't just pleasant, it's essential for staying focused without being distracted by dirt and unpleasant smells. Now everything looks much better, and Max can focus on preparing the dishes without interruptions. I hope this helps him be more organized and productive.
Look how everything has turned out for the better. Max really managed to overcome all the challenges and prepared stunning dishes. He was in an excellent mood and enjoyed the process, and it paid off. His dishes looked amazing and tasted delicious, and everyone was thrilled with his culinary creations. We did a few rehearsals and everything went smoothly. I'm so happy I was able to help Max maintain a positive attitude and confidence in his abilities. When everything goes according to plan and the results meet expectations, it's incredibly satisfying. It's wonderful to see when effort and hard work lead to such fantastic results. In the end, each of them played an important role in preparing Max for the cooking competition. Joy made the process more enjoyable and positive. Anxiety helped organize the details and prepare for potential problems. Anger focused on the main aspects and eliminated unnecessary details, and disgust cleaned up the kitchen. Together, they helped Max successfully participate in the competition and achieve excellent results. And the next story will be about how Joy found herself in Tom's head as he planned an unforgettable adventure for his younger brother's birthday. Tom had been thinking for a while about how to make his younger brother's birthday special. That's when Joy stepped in to help. Instead of a typical party, I suggested creating a real adventure in the park, filled with fun and surprises. First, we needed to choose a theme for the adventure. We decided on a treasure hunt quest. I suggested Tom make a treasure map that led to various stations with tasks and prizes. Each stage was decorated with bright colors and drawings to create the feel of a real adventure. We also organized several fun tasks. From finding hidden objects to solving riddles and completing silly challenges, each completed task brought joy and a sense of accomplishment. I helped Tom plan and prepare small prizes for each stage to make them even more exciting. On the birthday itself, I was thrilled to see Tom's younger brother and his friends eagerly completing the tasks. Their faces lit up with happiness as they found clues and solved puzzles. I suggested Tom prepare a final surprise, a big gift hidden at the end of the quest to cap off the adventure on a high note. Well, our review has come to an end, and I'm so glad we could spend this time together. I hope you enjoyed our Easy Grow Obby mode. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your feedback is very important to us, and your likes and subscriptions help us keep creating these exciting videos for you. Also, if you have ideas for future videos or suggestions for modes, be sure to share them in the comments. We always love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Thank you for being with us, and see you soon in the next videos. Goodbye, friends! Hello, dear friends. As usual, we have joy, anxiety, anger, and disgust here. Today, Tim will be playing a mode called Escape Sadness Barry's Prison Run. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get started.
Oh no! Why did sadness lock us up here, in this colorful yet terribly scary prison? We need to find a way out of here. This place looks deceptively bright, but I feel there are many dangers lurking around. Tim, be careful. Every step could be a trap. Let's combine our efforts and find an exit. Guys, we need your support more than ever. Subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get through this challenge together.
Sadness, how could you lock us in here? This isn't just a prison, it's a nightmare. But know this, I won't go down without a fight. Tim, if anything goes wrong, we'll fight our way out. No one leaves us here.
Ugh, what a horrible place. These rainbow walls look disgusting and are not cheerful at all. Tim, try not to touch anything. Who knows what germs might be here?
Hey, it's Sadness. But why is she chasing us? Maybe she wants to tell us something. Tim, don't stop, but stay alert.
Sadness, if this is another trap, I won't tolerate it. But if she really wants to say something, why doesn't she stop and explain? Tim, keep running, but stay sharp.
Why does she look so strange? And why this chase in the first place? This looks disgusting. Tim, don't let her get too close. Who knows what she's up to?
Phew, I was so worried. It's good that Tim managed to escape, but what do we do now? What other traps might lie ahead? Tim, be very careful.
Guys, I don't know what's waiting for us ahead, but Tim's got everything under control. Look how skillfully and beautifully he's digging. He's doing great.
This is just horrible. Lava everywhere. Tim, be very careful. One wrong step and you could fall. I'm so worried about you. Please be attentive and cautious.
Damn it, why does there have to be lava here? This is just unbearable. Tim, be careful and don't stop. We have to get through this, no matter what.
Ugh, that was simply awful. The lava, the heat, and that unbearable smell. But Tim made it. Let's hope the next challenge is less disgusting.
Wow, guys, look at that huge ball. It looks very dangerous and mesmerizing. Tim needs to be careful here.
Oh, this is really scary. If Tim doesn't get away in time, that huge ball could cause him serious harm. We need to hope that he is fast and careful enough to avoid this.
Come on, Tim, you're almost there. Just a little bit more and you've got this. I believe in you.
Yes, Tim made it, but this prison is just awful. I can't wait to finally leave this disgusting place.
Guys, I suggest we take a little break and listen to a few interesting stories while Tim is escaping from the prison. Haven't liked and subscribed yet? I'll give you 5 seconds to do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If you missed it, I'm giving you another 5 seconds, and let's get started. When we became emotions in Nina's head, we immediately noticed that she was very withdrawn and reluctant to interact with other children. Nina often sat alone during lessons and breaks, and she found it hard to make friends. It was sad to see her joyful moments go unnoticed by those around her. I dreamed that she could open up and share her inner happiness with others. I knew I could help her if I tried harder to show how fun and interesting interaction can be.
However, I was in constant anxiety. I understood that Nina experienced a lot of fear when it came to socializing. Every time she needed to talk to someone or take part in a group task, her heart would start racing and she would become even more withdrawn. I worried that her fears were preventing her from opening up and building relationships. We needed to find a way to help her overcome these anxious feelings so she could feel more confident in social interactions.
I was frustrated when I saw that other kids didn't always understand Nina and sometimes judged her for being unsocial. It was unfair and wrong. I was angry that she had to feel lonely because of this issue and how sometimes others could hurt her. I knew something needed to be done to change the situation, and my anger turned into determination to help Nina improve her life.
At first, I felt disgusted seeing Nina isolate herself from others, with her fears and indecision worsening. It seemed like she was living in her own world, completely cut off from social life. I felt that these internal barriers were preventing her from enjoying social interactions. Therefore, we needed to help her overcome this sense of disgust towards interacting with others.
Initially, we decided to create small but joyful moments for Nina to help her feel more confident. We encouraged her to try participating in simple and enjoyable activities like games with friends or club activities. I used every opportunity to show Nina how communication could bring joy and satisfaction. Gradually, she started becoming more open to interactions and realized that socializing could be fun and pleasant.
I helped Nina manage her anxiety when she faced new situations. I tried to support her by reminding her that many of her fears weren't as terrifying as she imagined. We discussed her fears together, and I helped her gradually step out of her comfort zone, taking small steps.
From time to time, I felt anger towards those who didn't try to understand Nina or made her feel even more uncomfortable. But this anger helped me be more determined in supporting Nina. We worked on building her confidence so she could stand up to injustice and not let it hinder her development.
I learned to control my disgust and turn it into positive energy. We looked for ways to make Nina more open and receptive to interaction by creating comfortable and friendly situations. Gradually, Nina began to pay less attention to her sense of disgust towards socializing and started enjoying communication.
And then, after some time, Nina became significantly more sociable. She started making new friends, participating in group activities, and enjoying interactions with other children. I saw her face light up with happiness when she socialized and made friends. It was a moment we all had been waiting for, and I was incredibly happy to see Nina opening up and starting to enjoy socializing.
My anxiety gradually decreased as I saw Nina handling new situations. I was proud that her fears weren't stopping her and that she was finding joy in socializing. I knew she would continue to grow and develop.
I was satisfied that I was able to help Nina become more confident and sociable. My anger towards those who might have hurt her was now replaced by pride in her achievements. Nina was ready to face challenges, and we all made that possible together.
My disgust towards Nina's isolation and social rejection was now replaced by satisfaction. I was glad that Nina was able to overcome her internal barriers and find her place in the world.
Well, did you like it? If so, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll share another story with you. Today, we're all feeling a tremendous amount of excitement and joy. Our boy Tim has received an invitation to an amazing magical city that exists only in ancient fairy tales. We, his emotions, are ready to embark on this thrilling journey with him. Just imagine how many wonderful moments await us. Getting into this city is no easy feat, and Tim and I will have to face many exciting challenges. I can already see his face lighting up with happiness, and this is just the beginning.
But I can't help but worry. A journey to a magical city is always filled with surprises, and not all of them might be pleasant. We don't know what awaits us around every corner. There might be complex puzzles, dangerous situations, or magical creatures that could become obstacles. I'm afraid Tim might face challenges that could be too difficult for him. We need to be prepared for any outcome and help him deal with possible troubles.
I also feel a surge of anger, especially when I think about the potential difficulties. If anyone or anything tries to obstruct our journey, whether it's evil wizards or cunning traps, I'm ready to channel my anger and protect Tim. I won't tolerate anything standing in our way to reach our goal. We must stay strong and determined despite any obstacles that may come our way.
I can't ignore that this magical city isn't always perfect. While it seems enchanting, there might be strange or unpleasant things hidden within it. We could encounter magical creatures that are disgusting or dangerous. Labyrinths filled with webs or mysterious beings with unpleasant appearances might invoke my disgust. We need to be prepared to handle such unpleasantness and not let it distract us from our goal.
Despite all the concerns and worries, we're moving forward with great pleasure. Every new step reveals more wonders and amazing places. We meet friendly creatures, participate in magical games, and enjoy the beauty of the magical city. Seeing Tim open up and smile makes this entire journey especially meaningful and joyful.
I continue to be on guard, but I notice that my anxiety is gradually fading as we tackle the challenges. Tim is becoming more confident, and I'm starting to believe that we can handle any difficulties. We find solutions and deal with problems that arise along the way. This reduces my worries and helps me focus on supporting Tim further.
My anger hasn't disappeared, but now it's directed at protecting Tim from any potential threat. When we encounter difficulties or unpleasant situations, I remain resolute and ready to tackle any obstacle. In the end, our determination and bravery will help us overcome everything we encounter on our path.
In the end, our journey to the magical city becomes a true adventure. We manage to overcome all the challenges, enjoy the beauty, and learn many new things. Tim returns home full of impressions and happiness, and we, his emotions, are proud to have been part of this amazing journey. We've learned to handle our emotions and support each other in any situation, making our experience even more valuable and joyful.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.
Hello, everyone! It's me, Joy, along with my friends Anxiety, Anger, and Disgust. Today, our boy Tim is going to take on the exciting mode called Disgust Barry's Prison Run. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so that Tim can get out of here safely.
What? Disgust! Why did you lock us up in this prison? Why did you lock Tim up? This could be really dangerous.
What? Disgust? Are you kidding me? This is your doing? I'm furious! Why would you do this?
Guys, believe me, I really have nothing to do with this. Maybe it's just a poor imitation of me. I would never do something so disgusting to Tim.
Guys, let's not fight. We're a team, we should stay positive. Besides, look around, it's actually quite fascinating and interesting in here
And very dangerous. Every room here feels like a nightmare to me.
Oh, wow! Look! Do you see that figure up ahead? It looks just like disgust. How is that even possible? This is infuriating. I'm boiling with anger. How dare they?
We need to find a way out of here. Hey, look over there. Ventilation. If we can reach it, we might be able to escape.
Ugh! Why is it always ventilation? It's so dirty and cramped. But fine, if this is our only way out, we'll have to crawl through it. But I'm protesting.
We're almost there. Just a little more and we'll be saved. It's so exciting, like being in a real movie. We'll make it and everything will be all right.
We did it! We escaped! Now he can't get us, but we need to keep moving to find the exit and finally put this nightmare behind us.
Oh, it stinks so badly here. It's really disgusting. I can't wait until we finally get to fresh air. I hope this path leads to something less revolting.
We're heading down. Tim, are you sure this is a good idea?
Don't worry, Anxiety. Tim always has everything under control. Just a little more and we'll be free. I'm confident about that.
Wow, where are we? What is this dungeon? Everything looks so bright and big. It feels strange.
And it also smells really bad. Oh God, when will we get out of this horrible prison? Subscribers, help us out! Please like and subscribe to our channel. It will give Tim the motivation to keep going if he sees that hundreds of people are rooting for him.
Oh no! This bridge is very dangerous. I'm really worried about our boy Tim. Please be careful, Tim. We always end up in risky situations.
The bridge is crossed. Everything's fine, Anxiety. No need to panic. Tim will handle it.
So here's another challenge ahead. It looks easy, but we need to be extremely careful. Oh no, what's that huge ball? It could crush us.
Tim, run faster. This is very dangerous. Don't get hit by the ball, please. Wait a minute. What are those on the walls? Are they memories? But where did they come from? What are they doing here?
Guys, I'm starting to get confused. The control panel at the beginning, the memories, the bright objects. Where are we even? Maybe Tim ended up in someone's head. Perhaps somewhere in a memory warehouse?
I don't know, but I'm really scared. A copy of Disgust is chasing us again. How many of them are there, and why does it look so much like our friend?
I'm about to erupt lava. I swear, I'm so angry. This is happening again. This place is full of mysteries we still can't solve.
Phew, it looks like we've escaped. She was so disgusting. I'm glad Tim got away from her. She looked terrible and smelled even worse. I hope we don't run into her again.
Guys, let's run up the stairs. See, everything's fine. We're safe for now. No need to panic or be scared.
How about we share a few interesting stories with our viewers while Tim finds his way out?
I think that's a great idea. It will help us distract ourselves from this nightmare and feel less scared. Everyone, give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear some stories from us.
Well, I think our viewers have already liked and subscribed. Tim was always looking for adventure, and here he found himself in an abandoned castle full of mysteries and secrets. He was thrilled to discover such a place, and each new discovery brought him more joy. Exploring the ancient corridors and investigating old objects was a real pleasure for him. I was happy with him, seeing his enthusiasm and excitement.
But with each step, I became more and more nervous. The castle was dark and abandoned, and the silence around us only intensified my fears. Every creak and rustle made me anxious, and I worried that Tim might run into something dangerous. My concerns grew as he explored dark corners and labyrinthine hallways. I was worried for his safety and was on the verge of panic.
When strange things started happening in the castle, I couldn't stay calm. Doors creaked, and sometimes it felt like someone was watching us. This was outrageous. Why did the old castle have to be so mystical and frightening? I was ready to fight these mysterious forces to protect him and ensure his safety. I couldn't stand by and watch the castle scare him.
Some parts of the castle were just disgusting. We encountered decaying furniture, moldy walls, and dust that was almost visible. The smell of mustiness and decay was terrible. These places were so dirty and unpleasant that I felt uncomfortable. The castle was not only scary but also extremely unpleasant to the senses.
Despite all the difficulties and fears, Tim continued to enjoy the adventure. He found an old diary that told the story of the castle's past and its inhabitants. This was a real treasure. Tim was thrilled with his discoveries and proud that he could uncover part of the history of this mysterious place. His joy and satisfaction were contagious, and even in the spooky atmosphere, he continued to find positive moments.
As events became more strange, I was on the verge of panic. Instead of the usual silence of the castle, we began to hear eerie sounds and creaks, and in some places, the air felt heavy and oppressive. I worried about Tim's safety and wanted him to get out of this scary place as soon as possible.
I was infuriated when Tim encountered the most frightening parts of the castle, full of creepy frescoes and symbols. Why did the old place have to be so horrible and uncomfortable? I was outraged that the castle was trying to scare Tim and disrupt his adventure. This was unfair and unacceptable. I wanted Tim to leave all these scary things behind and find a safe place.
When Tim finally got out of the darkest corners of the castle, I felt relieved. The castle was not only scary, but also an extremely unpleasant place. I was glad that all of this was behind us and hoped Tim would never encounter anything like it again.
Despite all the difficulties, Tim was thrilled with his discoveries and adventures. He was proud that he had overcome his fears and explored the abandoned castle. Coming home brought relief and joy. Tim told his friends about his impressions, and his eyes once again sparkled with happiness. This adventure became a unique and unforgettable experience for him. We were all glad that, despite all the fears and discomforts, he found joy and satisfaction in this unusual journey.
So guys, did you enjoy it? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really motivates us to take on new challenges.
The next story is about how we were emotions in the mind of an evil scientist. When we found ourselves in Dr. Green's mind, an evil scientist, I was consumed with righteous anger. He used his intellect to create things that could harm others. It infuriated me. How can one waste their talents on destruction when they could be creating something useful? I decided our task was to channel his energy into a more constructive direction.
We started by trying to spark an interest in him for things that could bring joy and benefit. Instead of dark experiments, we aimed to inspire him to focus on something positive. At one point, he even became interested in creating devices that could improve people's lives. That was a huge step forward. Every time he did something kind or useful, we rejoiced with him, and his mood gradually improved.
Of course, I was constantly worried that he might revert to his old habits. His dark thoughts and plans still occasionally surfaced, and I was anxious that he might become evil again. Whenever he delved into his grim schemes, I tried to redirect his attention to something brighter and more positive. It felt like we were walking on thin ice, and any misstep could ruin everything.
I was particularly disturbed by his experiments, which were often unethical and dangerous. I felt revulsion towards how he treated his subjects and the experiments themselves. We began pushing him to reconsider his methods and think about the consequences of his actions. Gradually, he started to understand that he could be beneficial rather than harmful. His approach to his work became more responsible and ethical.
Over time, we saw Dr. Green begin to change. He became more open, started participating in community projects, and helped other scientists. His work ceased to be dark and threatening. Instead, he focused on creating inventions that could improve people's lives and help the environment. This path was not easy, but eventually, he became a kind and respected scientist. We were thrilled to help him see the brighter side and find the strength for change.
Sometimes he still experienced bursts of anger, but now they were directed at fighting injustice and improving the world. He used his passion and energy to do good rather than evil. We saw him becoming happier and more satisfied with his work and life overall. It was a true miracle to see him transform from an evil scientist into a kind and caring person.
Hooray! Tim defeated the final boss and we finally escaped from the prison. We are free!
Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.
Hello, dear friends. Today we're diving into the Joy Exy Berry Prison Run. But before we jump into the action, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also, drop a comment below to let us know what video we should make next.
Did you see that terrifying thing? Joy, care to explain what that is?
Oh, guys, I totally understand why you might have gotten confused. That creepy guard does look like me, but only at first glance. It's not just another version of me. It's my twisted, distorted copy, seemingly created just to scare and instill fear. It wears my face, but its heart is filled with nothing but coldness and darkness, with no trace of the real joy you know. This copy is nothing like me in essence. It carries only darkness and danger. So be extra careful. It might try to deceive you with its appearance, but don't be fooled. Its goal is far from mine. Keep your distance and don't let it throw you off.
Fine, Joy. We'll believe you. But I've got my eyes on that twisted copy of yours. It's infuriating how it dares to wear your face like it's trying to mock us. Every time I see it, my fists clench, and all I want to do is smash that grin right off its face. How dare it taint the image of our joy with its sick, twisted version. This whole place is getting on my nerves with its dark corners, creepy shadows, and now this distorted copy walking around like it owns the place. If it tries anything, it's going to learn real quick what happens when it messes with the wrong emotions.
I couldn't agree more. Just thinking about that twisted version of joy gives me chills. It's so wrong, so utterly revolting. The way it moves, the way it looks at us with those cold, lifeless eyes. It's like it's void of any real emotion. Every time it's near, I feel like I need to cleanse myself from head to toe. It's as if the air around it gets tainted, thick with a sense of dread and discomfort. And don't even get me started on that sickly, twisted smile it has, like it's trying too hard to imitate Joy's warmth, but ending up as a grotesque parody. We need to get out of here as soon as possible, because the longer we stay, the more I feel like I'm going to lose my mind in this revolting place. Let's make sure Tim knows the difference between our joy and that vile imposter.
Story time. Since today's game mode is really scary, our story has to be equally terrifying. This story will be about how Tim faced something horrifying and mysterious when he started seeing glowing eyes in the dark, following him everywhere. Today's story starts with our hero, Tim, finding himself in a rather unusual situation. Can you imagine that every night when the lights go out, glowing eyes begin to appear from the darkness? It sounds like something out of the scariest nightmare, doesn't it? Tim began noticing these eyes when he moved into a new house recently.
Wow! Just imagine waking up at night and seeing these eyes staring at you. I'd be raising all sorts of alarms if I spotted something like that. Every night for Tim becomes a real trial. The eyes get closer and closer, as if someone is deliberately trying to scare him.
Oh, how terrifying. Tim feels his anxiety increasing every night. He tries to find an explanation for these eyes, but all he discovers are just shadows and sounds that can't be explained. He fears that these eyes might not just be a figment of imagination, but something genuinely dangerous. All this time, he's tried to stay calm, but the fear begins to consume him.
And the worst part? These eyes seem to become more and more alive and sinister. They don't just glow, they look like something nasty and foul is hiding behind them. I'd be horrified to find out that these eyes are trying to sneak up on me from the darkness. Tim finds that they can change their position, following him even in the safest places. He starts avoiding the dark and fears falling asleep.
One day, when Tim decided to investigate what these eyes really were, he found an old note hidden in a dark corner under the floorboards. The note was written by someone who had also been haunted by these eyes. It described how the eyes weren't just ghosts or illusions, but symbols of something much more sinister. Tim realized he needed to solve this mystery to end the terror.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbearable. If I were in Tim's shoes, I'd be furious. But all he can do is figure out how to deal with this horror. Fortunately, he started researching old legends and looking for clues that could explain who or what was behind these eyes.
Every action and discovery becomes more and more intense. Tim uses all his courage to face his fear, and each night becomes harder not to look into the darkness, afraid to see those very eyes. He tries using light to drive them away, but they keep coming back like an unending nightmare.
And finally, when Tim confronts what's behind these eyes, he realizes it's not something physical, but rather a mass of negative energy and fear created by people's past. The eyes were a projection of their fears and horrors, and now that Tim understands this, he knows that only he can change the situation and free himself from this sinister influence.
So friends, Tim's story about the glowing eyes teaches us that even in the darkest corners and the scariest situations, there can be light. It's important not to lose hope and to keep fighting despite all fears. We hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave your comments so you don't miss our exciting new tales.
Yes, and honestly, if I were in Tim's place, I'd want you to support us in our work too. All your likes and comments help us create even more interesting stories.
And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss our next videos. I hope you don't encounter horrors like Tim did, but if you do, we'll always be here to support you.
And make sure to leave your comments about today's story. We'll be happy to read your opinions and feedback. Your words help us improve.
The next story will be about how Tim encountered frightening footsteps at night. Story about how Tim faced something truly unsettling. Recently, when he returned home after a long day, he felt something strange happening. Every night as he walked down the hallway, he started hearing footsteps. At first, it was just a faint sound, almost like a whisper. But what was really odd, every time he turned around, he saw no one. These footsteps seemed to get closer and closer, and it began to trouble him. At night, when everything should be quiet, such sounds are especially unsettling.
Wait a minute, this is absolutely intolerable. If I were in Tim's shoes, I certainly wouldn't sit idly by. It's terrible when you hear footsteps and see no one. It drives you crazy. Every time Tim turned around, he found nothing. No person, not even a shadow. And yet the footsteps kept getting closer, making his heart race faster and faster. Even the bravest person would struggle with this.
Oh, this is so frightening to hear. Tim really went through a tough time. His anxiety grew with each night when he heard those footsteps. He tried to calm himself, but every time he turned around, it was just an illusion, and the footsteps kept coming. He started avoiding the hallways, especially at night. Those sounds were like a loud reminder that something was wrong. Anxiety filled his thoughts, and every night became a real torment.
And you know what's even worse? Those footsteps seemed more and more disgusting and unpleasant, as if someone or something was getting too close. Tim noticed that the footsteps were not just normal. They sounded heavy and sticky, and that sensation was absolutely repulsive. Every time he tried to figure out the source of the footsteps, he only found emptiness. It was like a constant pursuit that he couldn't escape from. The feeling was so intense that even his hands started sweating and his breathing became labored.
But here's what's amazing. One night, Tim decided to take a brave step. He brought a camera and recorded every movement when he heard the footsteps. And then something incredible happened. When he reviewed the footage, he discovered that the footsteps were actually noises made by an old radiator, which creaked and clicked. It turned out that it was just old equipment, making sounds that resembled footsteps, especially in the silence of the night.
So, it turns out all that fear was due to an ordinary radiator. All that stress and worry over something so trivial. I understand it might have been really scary, but still. How could he get so easily confused? All those nights of fear could have been avoided if he had just checked that radiator.
Nevertheless, it was an important lesson for Tim. Even the scariest situations can turn out to be simple misunderstandings or trivial things. The main thing is not to let fear control us and to seek rational explanations. Tim managed to handle the situation and now sleeps peacefully, knowing that the footsteps in the hallway were just sounds from an old radiator.
Well, we should also be cautious with the sounds we hear in the quiet of the night. Sometimes these sounds may be simpler than we think, but they can still scare us. We're glad Tim figured it out and no longer has such fears.
We hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Let us know what Roblox mode you'd like to see next. Thanks for being with us, and see you soon.
Yes, support us so we can create more interesting and exciting stories. Your likes and comments are very important to us.
And don't forget to hit the bell to not miss our new videos. We always appreciate your engagement.
See you next time, friends. Be careful and don't be afraid to face what scares you.
Hi everyone, today we're going to play Roblox in the game mode MR Yummy Supermarket. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give us a like, and also leave a comment about which game mode you'd like to see next. Let's get started.
I have a feeling that Mr. Yummy is not the cleanest person. Just look at this place. There are sauces spilled everywhere. It looks like ketchup and mustard. It smells so bad. It seems like something else has gone bad here too. He really needs to hire a cleaning company to sort this out.
Oh, look at this mess. Just look at the floor. There are puddles everywhere. This place is disgusting. How can anyone work in such a filthy environment? And that Mr. Yummy guy looks so smug, like he doesn't care at all.
I know. It's really unsettling. What if those puddles are something harmful? What if they're dangerous? I'm really worried about Tim. What if he slips and hurts himself? We need to be extra careful here.
Seriously, how can someone be so careless? If he can't even keep his supermarket clean, what else is he neglecting? I'm so angry just thinking about it. We should do something about this.
I just keep thinking about all the potential hazards. What if those puddles are hiding something worse? We need to make sure Tim doesn't get hurt. I'm so anxious just looking at this place.
Well, we have to deal with it. If Mr. Yummy can't clean up his own mess, we might have to find a way to help him. But I'm not going to be happy about it.
Agreed. Let's just focus on keeping Tim safe and getting out of here. I'm too worried about all the dangers in this place to think about anything else right now.
I think these cashiers are unhappy with their work. Some look like they're hungry, others seem exhausted. Mr. Yummy doesn't seem to care about his employees at all and makes them work to the bone. We need to do something about this. Maybe punish him and help the cashiers.
Wow, look at this room. It's like a magical playground for kids. The walls are painted with bright colors, and there are so many toys and games scattered around. It's so cheerful and fun. I bet kids love spending time here.
Ugh, are you serious? Look closer. The toys are all over the place, and some of them look really dirty. There are crumbs and stains on the carpet, and it smells a bit musty. It's not as charming as it seems.
Come on, it's supposed to be a fun space for kids. A little mess is normal. Besides, those toys look like they've had a lot of happy playtime. The room has a lot of potential to be a great place for children.
Maybe, but the filth and disorganization are hard to ignore. I can't help but feel grossed out by the mess and the smell. It's not just a little mess, it's pretty disgusting.
I understand that it might not be perfect, but the overall vibe is still positive. If someone cleaned it up a bit, it would be a fantastic space for kids to play and enjoy themselves.
Well, I suppose you're right about the potential, but it definitely needs a thorough cleaning before it can be truly enjoyable. I just hope someone takes care of it soon.
Exactly. With a bit of tidying up, this could be an amazing room for kids. Let's hope it gets the attention it needs.
Story time! Now we're going to tell you a story about Tim.
Today, we have an exciting story about how Tim saved the population from a zombie apocalypse. Imagine, our brave Tim found himself in the middle of a zombie outbreak and had to figure out how to save everyone. It was quite an adventure.
Oh no, not a zombie apocalypse. I was panicking from the start. What if Tim couldn't find a safe place? What if the zombies were too strong? I kept worrying about him as he tried to find a way out of this terrible situation.
Stop worrying, Anxiety. Tim isn't just any guy, he's a real hero. Sure, zombies are dangerous, but if anyone can stop them, it's him. If needed, I'll personally deal with those zombies to help Tim save people.
Ah, zombies are just revolting. Their appearance and smell are horrifying. I was completely grossed out. I hope Tim can handle this without getting too close to such disgusting things.
When Tim started taking action, he first gathered a group of survivors and led them to a safe shelter. He came up with a plan for safe movement and defense. Despite the dangers, he kept a positive attitude and inspired others with his actions.
I couldn't stop worrying as Tim led people through ruined cities and dense forests. Every step was risky, and I feared something would go wrong. He did an incredible job ensuring everyone's safety.
Tim acted quickly and decisively. When zombies tried to breach their shelter, he took up arms and protected the people. I was so proud of him for showing he wasn't afraid to fight to protect those with him. We won't let anyone suffer because of these zombies.
With every encounter with zombies, my discomfort grew. These creatures were truly horrific, but I knew I had to support Tim. Despite my revulsion, I recognized that his bravery and determination were crucial for survival.
In the end, thanks to Tim's bravery and skill, the residents were able to build a new safe place and begin rebuilding. Tim became a real hero, and everyone was grateful for his efforts and courage. We were all so happy that we could help him in this great endeavor. It was a story of true heroism and friendship.
I still can't help but admire how Tim managed through this terrible ordeal. He turned panic and fear into hope and safety. It was a very tough moment, but he did everything right.
See, Anxiety? Tim handled it despite all the difficulties. He defeated the zombies and protected the people. I'm proud of his resilience and bravery.
Yes, despite the horrible moments and the disgust I felt, I'm glad Tim was able to handle the situation. Now we can hopefully rest easy and hope such horrors won't happen again.
And that's the end of our story, friends. Tim showed that even in the toughest situations, hope and strength can be found for the fight. I hope you enjoyed this story as much as we did.
The next story will be about how Tim went on a round-the-world journey.
We have an exciting story about how Tim embarked on a round-the-world journey. Picture this. Tim decided to travel to every corner of the globe, discovering new cultures, meeting interesting people, and having adventures like never before. It was a journey full of joy and wonder.
Oh, traveling around the world sounds thrilling, but it also makes me anxious. What if Tim gets lost in a foreign country? What if something goes wrong with his plans? There are so many unknowns, and I can't help but worry about his safety and well-being throughout this entire journey.
Enough with the worrying, Anxiety. Tim is a brave adventurer. He's going to face challenges head on and show the world what he's made of. Sure, there might be bumps along the way, but I believe in his strength and determination. If anyone can handle a global journey, it's him.
Traveling can be so grimy and uncomfortable sometimes. All those crowded airports, dirty hotels, and strange foods. Yuck! I'm already feeling grossed out thinking about all the mess and unpleasantness Tim might encounter. But I suppose he has to endure it to experience the world.
Tim's journey began with excitement as he set off from his home. He first explored vibrant cities, tasted delicious street foods, and marveled at historical landmarks. Each new place brought a fresh wave of enthusiasm and happiness. The joy on Tim's face was contagious as he embraced each new experience.
As Tim ventured into remote areas and unfamiliar places, my anxiety grew. What if he encounters dangerous situations or gets sick? Every new destination seemed to come with its own set of risks. I kept hoping that Tim would stay safe and that his journey would go smoothly, despite my worries.
Even though there were obstacles, Tim didn't let them get in his way. He tackled every challenge with determination and grit. When he faced setbacks, he pushed through, demonstrating his resilience. I was ready to punch any problem that came his way, ensuring he could continue his adventure without too much hassle.
Some parts of Tim's journey were truly unpleasant. From enduring long flights with questionable food to dealing with unclean accommodations, it was a test of endurance. I was cringing at some of the less glamorous aspects of his travels. But I had to admit, despite the discomfort, Tim's spirit never wavered.
Eventually, Tim returned home, full of amazing stories and unforgettable experiences. His journey around the world had been an incredible adventure, filled with new friends, breathtaking sights, and personal growth. It was a true celebration of exploration and discovery, and his happiness was evident to everyone around him.
Even though I was anxious throughout Tim's travels, seeing him come back safe and happy was a huge relief. His adventure turned out to be a fantastic experience, and I felt reassured knowing he managed to handle everything so well.
Despite all the bumps along the way, Tim's journey was a success. He conquered challenges and made the most of every opportunity. I'm proud of his bravery and resilience throughout the entire trip.
Some parts of Tim's journey were truly unpleasant. From enduring long flights with questionable food to dealing with unclean accommodations, it was a test of endurance. I was cringing at some of the less glamorous aspects of his travels. But I had to admit, despite the discomfort, Tim's spirit never wavered.
Our stories have come to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and also leave your comments. See you next time, and goodbye.